Let's bring in our next guest, Lynda Bulla. Lynda, how's it going?
It's good.
Lynda is an author.
That's
What
correct.
kind of books do you write?
I write children's books, and my theme is I call them books with character because they all have a special message or moral to them. And they are designed for adults and children to read together and then dialogue about the message or the moral.
Who are we teaching the moral to, the parents or the kids?
Both.
Yeah?
Sometimes.
Because sometimes the parents need to learn
That's
too,
right.
right?
That's right.
And you put it in different contexts, and sometimes the light bulb goes off,
That's
right?
right. It clicks, and sometimes it happens. It's wonderful.
How'd you get started writing children's books?
Well, I've always loved to write. I was in college, and one of my professors said, you're really very good at this. You probably should be concentrating on it. And I knew I was too lazy to do the Great American Novel. My granddaughter was diagnosed as dyslexic when she started school, and so I wrote her a poem, and it got published, and the rest is history. I've just now got 7 books.
You wrote your dyslexic granddaughter a poem.
That's correct.
And it got published. What was the poem?
It's called The Old Clock on the Wall, and it's about a little girl who doesn't want to learn how to read because she thinks it's too hard to do. And in the message is basically that you don't have to be best at something to love it. A perfect example, a baseball player, someone with a 300 batting average is a really good batter. I mean, that's a great batting average.
That's Hall of Fame numbers.
That's Hall of Fame numbers for pro, right? Mm-hmm. That means they're missing 7 out of 10 times.
Right.
But most kids don't understand that. They think they have to hit it out of the park every time they're up at bat. And so if it's just trying and becoming familiar with it, pretty soon they're going to love the fact that books can take them anywhere in the universe. And they begin to enjoy it. And
I want to hear the poem. Does anybody else want to hear it?
Yeah.
I don't have it with me. I can read a couple pages because they're in my coloring book.
Oh, how convenient.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're right, said the clock. It's time that I tell. I tell time each day, and I do it quite well. I didn't at first. I was no good at all. I thought I would never be a clock on your wall.
Oh, very nice. Now, how long has it been since you've been doing the children's books? Because you said your granddaughter. Have you not been doing this for a long time?
Well, my granddaughter is now 24, so yeah, it's been a while.
24 years, right? What did you do before that?
Well, actually, I'm in real estate right now. I am a real estate broker. I own my own company in Kerman. Before I was a real estate broker, I was also a librarian out in Tranquility. I was the library assistant for the branch in Tranquility for the Fresno County Library.
So you've always loved books.
Absolutely. I've been a reader since I was old enough to sit in front of a cereal box and read the ingredients.
Now your books, I've seen them. The illustrations in there, you don't do those too, do you?
Oh, no. I do stick figures and lollipop trees. I have this wonderful illustrator. He is local. His name is Ernie Hergenroder. He is very well known. He's actually done the Zoo to You books for Gene Chaffee, and he's done numerous other local authors.
Oh, so you brought in a heavy hitter, huh?
That's right. If you're going to go, you got to go with the best.
Now, total, how many books have you written?
I have 7 altogether.
And how many have you sold?
Well, I'm still trying to do that. That marketing has been one of the big bugaboos with this whole self-publishing industry. It's getting the word out. And
are they on the shelves in stores?
No, they can get them through my website.
Because I've seen your books, and I'm thinking, well, if I was looking in the children's section, and trust me, we're there quite often, your book would jump right off the shelf. It's so colorful and nice hardback book.
Unfortunately, most of your big box stores don't want to carry you unless you have an agent or a manager. And most of your small independents, again, I haven't had too much luck there, but, I do what I can. I'm at a lot of boutiques, and I come to places like this, and I do it off the website and just try to get the word. I go to schools. I do public speaking. I'm all over the place.
Talk about some of your books that you have right now.
Okay, KatyDid is the next one that I did after Old Clock on the Wall, and it's about a cricket who doesn't think there's anything special about her. She is just a cricket. And she has to learn about WYSIWYG, and WYSIWYG stands for what you see is what you get. So if you are never seeing if you're always looking at the negatives, you're never going to see your opportunities, your possibilities. And so she learns about that, but then she says, well, what if I'm afraid to go after the more that I'm finding? And so her mentor, Miss Pooh, gives her a confidence bug. And the confidence bug then gives her the courage to see how wonderful her life is and how much more there is to it that she could be taking advantage of.
Do you ever hear back from the parents of the kids that receive these books?
I have, actually. I had a friend who bought one for her niece, who was a very shy child, wouldn't even pick out her own clothes before school in the morning. She just was so afraid to make a mistake. Couldn't make any decisions. So she bought my KatyDid book, and I gave her the confidence bug. It's a little pin. I gave her the confidence bug and a WYSIWYG pin, and she took that to her. And then about 6 months later, I see her at a meeting, and she comes up and she says, I just have to tell you, she said, that book changed my niece's life. She said, we read it together, we talked about it, she started wearing the pin, and the next thing I know, she's running for student body president. And it was just so exciting to hear that.
I bet that is exciting.
Yeah.
Tell me something that you've heard from an adult that learned something from your books.
Well, actually, I have the one book I have is called The Turkey Deuce, and it's about a barnyard full of chickens, turkeys, ducks, and geese, and nobody likes anybody very much because they all think they're better than the other fowl in the barnyard. And I have actually had business people tell me that they have used that book at their business meeting with their staff to try to develop some camaraderie and put it in such a short, succinct message that it can easily be incorporated into a meeting. You don't have to read it to children. It's
just because it's structured like a children's book doesn't mean that it's only for children.
That's correct. That's correct.
You sent some pictures of some of your.
This is the last one.
What is this one right here?
That's The Little Drop of Water. Very timely book. It is actually the life cycle of water right now. It's about a drop of water that goes on a big adventure, and he goes from the ocean. He goes up. Flights up to the top of the ocean and gets evaporated into a cloud, turns into a snowflake, lays on the top of a mountain for a little while, comes back down the valley, and then eventually winds up back out in the ocean. So it tells the kids about the life cycle of water, but it also incorporates all the different things that water can be used for, crops and feeding plants and people and animals and all these wonderful things that it's not necessarily water conservation, but it is water and the life cycle of water, and people need to understand that. An interesting fact about water is there is no new water on Earth. When you really think about it, there is no new water. All the water that is here on Earth was when we had the Big Bang, boom, when it was created. That's the amount of water we have. It's just in different forms, and it's in different locations. So there's not really a water shortage. Might be a shortage of clean water. There might be a shortage of water in your specific area, but somewhere else is flooding. So all the water that we have is just recycled all the time. So that's why we need to preserve it, keep it clean.
Awesome. Hey, where can people find your books?
On my website is the best place, which is KatyDidPublishing.com. And on that is all kinds of ways to contact me. There's phone numbers and there's email addresses, and all they have to do is give me a call. They can get it shipped. They can also find it on Amazon. However, on Amazon, if they order it through Amazon, I can't sign it. Whereas if they order it through my website, I get to sign it. I can personalize it to their child, put their child's name, sign their child's name to it, and it becomes a first edition, author-signed book, which is extremely a good thing for kids to know. It is very cool.
Lynda, happy holidays to you.
Thank
Thanks
you so
for coming
much.
by, okay? We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back on The Buzz. Stick around.